Hello, it's Scott again, and yet again I am doing one more landing in Minmus video. Reason being that I have tried and failed repeatedly to fly interesting aircraft. They're all either giant and boring, or they crash on takeoff. Most of them don't get into the air. Some of them like flip sideways or whatever, but in messing around, I started looking at land speed records, and using that nice flat runway at Kerbal, the Kerbal Launch Complex, you can get up to a couple of 100 meters per second pretty easily. But you are, of course, working against the aerodynamic resistance. And so I thought a little, and I realized that there was a nice flat place on a planet that doesn't have any air, and that is Minmus. So I built this ship, took it out here, and landed it on one of the lakes, and then tried to set speed records. And then, of course, I realized that as I got above about 200 meters per second, I was in orbit, and so I wasn't setting a land speed record anymore. However, I did realize that it is actually possible to land at 200 plus meters per second. So you can actually do a horizontal landing on a planet with no air, with no atmosphere. And there we are, just I got my perimin down to about 10 meters, and now that I'm bleeding off speed, gravity is going to pull me down. I'm going to bounce, but I'm still going the right way. Thankfully, I have mechanical jeb here, at least to give me some semblance of control. Bouncing back up to about 10 meters and landing once again, shedding velocity, cutting the engines, and then using the brakes to kill all my velocity. And so there I am, horizontal landing. Pretty neat. Of course, you had to do it in reverse. You can't land an aerodynamic aircraft in reverse. And of course, you can do the reverse. I mean, as I've already mentioned, you just point the ship in the right direction. Again, I've turned on the kill rotation function to try and stop it spinning randomly out of control, because it can happen. But easily enough, you see, I'm bouncing a little, got a little bit of air, but not sure I'm in orbit yet. Picking up speed. Oh, there I am. Look at that. 12 meters above the surface, and I am just basically flying off into space. What a beautiful takeoff that was. There's the sun rising. There's me going out into orbit, and onto a trajectory that brings me back into Kerbin space. Now, if you can find a good spot on the moon, you can probably use the same technique to land there. It's probably better if you have a more powerful engine to kill your velocity more quickly. I have managed a horizontal takeoff from the moon, but it seems to be incredibly rare. Most of the time you end up blowing yourself up on the surface. Anyway, I hope to have some of those planes built soon. See you next time. Fly safe.